It's a little bit more towny in a way, and kind of like a small, bustling little area with a barbershop and a liquor store and a little supermarket and blah blah blah. But it's more real to me than Tamarindo, because Tamarindo is just, to me, a bunch of fake people. I'm probably going to get some people seeing this, but they might disagree. But no, there's some fakeness going on. It's we call Tamarindo, the real talk. I was told this when I moved here. They call Tamarindo, specifically Tamarindo or Tamagringo, as we affectionately call it. It's the home of the wanted and the unwanted. And I've met the unwanted. There's a lot of grifters here. There's a lot of former criminals. There's a lot of like advantageous hippie types who come here and will grift off people. Like house sitters. What's your occupation? I'm a house sitter. Man, that's not a job. You're a house sitter, bro. Come on. You're a pilferer. You pilfer from these houses, right? That's like the common practice here. Things like that, or the guy that will sell you some property and like get back to Canada, that's the thing here, And then you find out he doesn't even own the property. He just sold you somebody else's stuff, and you go to court and you realize it's not your property. You just gave this guy $50,000. That type of things have happened here, much like it happens in a lot of places like here where expats go, because it's money, money attracts a lot of nonsense, and money attracts all the good things too, like the existence of Perfect Burgers, because this area is slowly turning into this international little town because of COVID, and everybody's tired of the nonsense of the real world. A lot of people are moving down here quite rapidly over the last year, and certainly more in the coming years. But I'm kind of happy that I solidified my place here now, 4 years ago, because I gained so much knowledge in this short period of time about how everything works here. Like I said before, where to get the cheapest and best onions, let's say, was a task that I had to figure out. So let's get back to the truck real quick. Once I figured out the menu, I had 3 burgers. I think the first 3 were, I don't even know if I had the barbecue on it yet. The barbecue, I make my own barbecue sauce with local Costa Rican coffee as one of the primary notes, and has a nice fruity tinge too from the balsamic vinegar, things like that. So it's a really unique barbecue sauce, and I developed it. I mean, I must have made it like at least 100 times just while developing it. Just so many times of just reworking it and rewriting the recipe was kind of more difficult than I even imagined it to be. And it's still kind of developing and changing even now, 4 years later. But I created a very rudimentary menu and then hit the streets with my wife. So it was just me and Christy on the truck for the first few months, just winging it, not really understanding much about the terrain, not really being clear about the laws, even though we did have some paperwork. We were still operating outside of the law to a certain degree, because a lot of the food truck laws here, it's different in the city, but here, the law was dragging its tail behind the actual movement of the people. So we had like 4 food trucks, let's say, in town, or I think there was 4 or 6. I forgot the number. The number has changed so many times in the last 4 years. I was like, well, I'm just going to play it by ear. And it's kind of like the wild, wild west to a certain degree here also. So I just hit the streets and started selling burgers. We had no real problems with the people, of course, but people are great here.
Yeah.
Even the street people, like the drug dealers and the prostitutes, they all, and the taxi drivers, they all showed me a lot of love, because I move with a certain level of respect to everybody. And I think people, and I'm genuine to a fault. So I think people.
Thank you for listening. This has been a clip from an actual longer recording that I'll try to leave a link to on the screen or somewhere around here where you're listening to this.
Presents. 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 Presents.
Peasants.
Okay. Okay.